The NBA situation is growing worse and worse as the days go by. More players are missing, and we really don't understand what is going on right now. So I'm going to give all of my thoughts and opinions on how the NBA is going to react and what things they're going to do, what measures they're going to put in place to combat everything that has been going on recently. So for starters, coming into today, as far as like Raptors were concerned, like this morning I was thinking, how the hell have we as a franchise dodged all these cases where other teams like the Lakers, it seems like there's a new one every day. There are key players missing on every team we play against. Like the last 3 games we've played, at least one player has been missing for protocols. And I believe our next 3 opponents, including tonight, have somebody currently in health and safety protocols. But the bug caught up to the Raptors as well, as Pascal Siakam and now Delano Banton are out for those health and safety protocols. And, you know, obviously it's a bit of a miss for Pascal Siakam, especially. OG Anunoby returns for the Raptors in the game we're about to watch. However, the NBA is definitely in a little bit of a predicament here. They did not do as good of a job this season, it seems, at combating any potential outbreak or crisis within the league, because the bottom line is the NBA needs the games to happen in order to protect their bottom line. But if so many players are out and the on-court product is being diminished, then their hands may be tied and they may have no choice but to shut down the league. And the current situation is there are stars every week. There's a new one going in. We had DeRozan in. We had LeBron in for a day. Giannis is currently in health and safety protocols. And it just seems like it is going to continue to happen as the situation worsens, especially in North America. Joel Embiid got on record recently. He was talking about how last season there were a ton of restrictions in place for the teams to make everything run smoothly, to really prevent any possibility of an outbreak. But was this new variant out, which is incredibly viral? It is spreading through the league like wildfire. And according to Joel Embiid, the restrictions aren't in place this year that were last year to prevent something like this happened. I mean, I can kind of understand why the restrictions lightened, because it seemed like everything around the world was getting better. Then in the space of a couple of weeks, everything really does go south. The NBA has stated that they are going to continue to run games. If you got to go with like all these G League players, these 10-day contracts to keep yourself afloat, to put an actual team on the court, then the NBA is going to force you to do that, unless, you know, like the Bulls, where 10 players are out for health and safety protocols. There are some extreme cases where games are getting postponed, like the Raptors on Thursday because of the Bulls outbreak. But I think this situation is getting worse and worse. I think it's a really bad time of year for this to happen for the league. Obviously, the Christmas Day games are hugely popular, and I think games around the holidays in general really do spike up interest. That's why they put marquee matchups on Christmas Day in particular, such as the Lakers versus the Nets. But at this rate, I mean, who's going to be playing for the Brooklyn Nets? Kevin Durant entered health and safety protocols. James Harden is already in there. Kyrie Irving, who is supposed to come back to help out the Nets amidst this crisis, got COVID today. He's in health and safety protocols, and he obviously can't play in home games. So of the next 15 NBA games the Brooklyn Nets are playing, Kyrie Irving is scheduled to be available for only 2 of those games. Obviously, an extreme case for Kyrie Irving. But the NBA does need to kind of act on this situation. You know, it kind of is what it is in the world. We're what, like 2 years into this? We're going on 3 years into this whole thing. And at this point, we really got to find a way to kind of adapt and live with it. It kind of just is what it is at this point. However, you can't continue to put players in this position for your own benefit here. And I think that the NBA is in such a problem right now because it is such a key time of year for the league. I really think they are trying to get through 2021. They want to get through Christmas Day, especially rating wise, in order to obviously maintain that bottom line. It's a little bit scummy, but you know, at the end of the day, people got to make money. There's a lot of hands in this pot here, and people got to come away with some money. So they got to continue to have these games rolling, and if it means putting out a worse product, then so be it. I mean, tonight it's a lot of rest for Golden State. It doesn't really count, but other teams like the Bulls have been just absolutely destroyed by this outbreak, and the team is suffering as a result of this. So it's a difficult situation, but I really feel like it is within the best interest of the NBA to take 2 weeks to just go, okay, let's get this under control. What measures can we put in place here? We need to find a way to get more players vaccinated because not everybody in the league is double vaxxed. Fortunately, the Raptors are a team that everybody on the team is fully vaxxed, so it is clear. I think it's clear correlation that has helped them up to this point, but it seems like the new variant is really going beyond the current vaccines that we have. So some adapting needs to be done, but that's not up to the NBA. I think some more stern restrictions could be put in place. But if you want the games to happen and you want good quality basketball on the court that's really watchable for the players here, then you need to be a little more strict. And if you don't want to be more strict, then you're going to have a problem like this. And I think the league can maybe do a better job of getting everybody fully vaxxed, booster shots put in place, because, it just kind of is what it is at this point. It's a shame that the world is at this point, but it is. And the world has to adapt to this situation. And if you're busy not adapting, then you are going to be left behind in this whole ordeal. It's just a tricky situation, but everybody in the world is currently dealing with it, and some people are dealing with it in a little bit more difficult circumstance than others. So we all got to do our part, the NBA included. But I think players going out every single day, like teams are struggling, and fortunately the Raptors haven't been hit. But I mean, I don't want to, like, last year the Raptors had 5 games where 5 players were out, and that was horrible to watch. They lost all 5 games. It was absolutely horrible. I had to watch DeAndre Bembry and Stanley Johnson start for like 5 straight games, and that is just something I don't want to do again. I don't want to put other team fans through that. So it is a shame, but I really feel like a couple of weeks at the end of the year, the start of the new year, just to kind of calm things down, get everybody in place, get some stricter restrictions in place, is within the best interest of the NBA. I really feel like it's worth it to get a better product in court, but the NBA wants to keep rolling, and I can understand why, but you got to consider the safety of the players as well in this situation. And if you're one who does not care about the safety of players, then I want you to dive in a little bit on the Karl Anthony Towns situation and the amount of family and friends he has lost to this thing, because it is really sad to see. And you got to understand the severity of the situation, and I hope the NBA comes around to that in time before things really start to go south. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more clips like this, mostly post-game shows. We also do some fun stuff like this. Well, not really fun to talk about, but some other clips as well in general. Check out the streams on Twitch. Link is in the description, and subscribe for more from Amateur Hour clips.